the graduation speech for the class of 2013. I hope I do it justice. Now, I wrote a speech. It was finally approved after much altering and many severe changes, and I looked at it and realized that I couldn't recognize it as my own anymore. I didn't feel comfortable delivering something to my friends, family, and the people that I respect the most that didn't come from my heart. Maybe what I want to deliver to you is not your typical valedictorian speech. Maybe it's not what the adults in our life would deem appropriate or acceptable. I promise there's no swearing or anything like that. But hopefully it's what we, the students, need and want to hear. So, 4 years ago, we were entering grade 9, all resembling each other in one way or another. Braces, chubby. We learned the ways of Alex Mack, the haunting Jeopardy song every morning that's supposed to make us get to class faster. Daily strolls down Respect Lane and Initiative Court. The realization that we may never actually know how to do proper MLA format. No matter how much Mr. Wilson believes we can. The terrifying university college PowerPoints in the CAF that should have signs saying, "Warning may induce barfing." We've reached that point where everyone seems to be asking us what we want to do with our lives. It's grown to be a horrifying question, if you ask me, especially for those of us who don't really have an answer, or at least not an answer that people will like. As teenagers, we like to pretend that we have everything under control. It's important to us to feel empowered, like we can make our own decisions, and that we control our own lives. Underneath this confident persona, I think we all fear something. Fear of failing, fear of commitment, fear of spiders, fear of succeeding. Sometimes this fear means pushing harder, and sometimes it means giving up. But I like to think that we're better than that. Fear is one thing if it's something you feel, but it's a whole other story if it's holding you back. So stick it to the man and do what scares you most. I always got frustrated when adults would look at us and say, "Just wait until you get into the real world." I mean, what's so fake about our world right now? What's not real about high school? Mistake making, not caring, over caring, first loves, first hates, good times and bad. Because if these past 4 years weren't real, then what the heck was the point? I'd like to say a big, fat, juicy congratulations to us all for surviving 4 ridiculous years of our real world. And cheers to the many real years to come, because even if they get harder, or sadder, or better, I hope we can all live them with as much class as we did these past 4. We should have heard the real world speech when we came out of that womb, because the first day of grade 9, the first Project X party, the first test you just did not study for, or the last project we just handed in a week ago, that university or college acceptance, or your first job offer, your first failing grade you receive, and the first 100% you get. And these last goodbyes you're about to whisper. That stuff is real. That stuff going on inside of you when these things happened, that's real, and it's high school. So a thank you, a big thank you to all the homies in this room for contributing to the realness of our high school career. After all this time, I hope nobody in here ever says that high school was boring. And if you did, don't ever let yourself be bored again. Because there's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So if you're bored, ask yourself, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Because if you want to taste Swiss chocolate and watch a newborn puppy open its eyes for the very first time, if you want to say the words, "I love you" to someone other than your mother, if you want to tell a person off who's bothered you forever, if you want to break the rules or break your mother's favorite glass plate, If you want to watch Ryan Gosling take off his shirt. Or Beyonce shake her booty. If you want to walk out or sit in or look up or feel down, if you want to dance or party or watch the Food Network on Saturday night. If you need to play Neopets or Twister or beer pong or rugby just to avoid the anger and resentment you feel towards the educational system, if you need to complain or celebrate, if you need to slurp your soup, if you need to rewatch Mean Girls over and over and over again, if you need to get naked or celebrate your pet's birthday, or laugh or cry or yell or be silent, you can. There are far, far better things to come than the ones that we leave behind. So live your life and do what you want to do, and some people will call that rebellion. And you'll feel like a badass, and trust me, you'll be on top of the world. You were wild once. Don't let them tame you.